We live naturally in an increasingly interconnected world. Increasing number of people around the world have access to internet, access to digital technology, which is fantastic. It's a very progressive tool, and it's providing, amazing opportunities to millions and millions of people. But there are also challenging aspects to this technology, and unfortunately one of those is child sexual abuse material. Child sexual abuse material is the focus of the global INHOPE network.
I think everyone wants the internet a safer place for their kids.
Poder contar con una línea de denuncia para reportar situaciones que afectan a los niños en los entornos digitales es sumamente importante para garantizar que ellos estén protegidos.
The INHOPE Foundation was established 5 years ago in 2010 as a way for INHOPE to begin to support the development of new internet hotlines around the world and to help build capacity in local organisations that would like to become eventually a part of the global INHOPE network of internet hotlines. At the core of internet hotlines is the need to channel reports and to have people report to them. So the public have to be aware that they can report content that they see online that they believe to be illegal and to believe to be child sexual abuse material. They can report it to a hotline, and that action will be taken to remove that content.
Que todos tengamos de primeras en la cabeza cuando ocurre algo con un niño, con una niña, con un adolescente, es decir, yo puedo contarle a Te Protejo y van a hacer algo.
It's fundamental that a hotline has robust legislation behind it, so that the activities that they carry out in association with their law enforcement and with the internet industry in their country are clear, and that everyone understands who has a role to play and what laws govern that.
Nuestro principal reto es desmontar el contenido de estas páginas y fortalecer el trabajo de las autoridades para la judicialización de los victimarios y el restablecimiento de derechos de las víctimas.
The faster you close the case, the faster you can save the children. That's the key.
So the INHOPE Foundation aims to support start-up and existing hotline initiatives around the world that may not yet have the visibility that they need.
We start to contact with INHOPE in the very first stage of setting up hotline, because we try to learn about what Hotline Global are doing, and we try to develop the pathway or standard.
INHOPE nos ha brindado un acompañamiento permanente. Han estado con nosotros orientando nuestras prácticas y orientando el manejo de nuestra información, y nos han brindado directrices para poder hacer un manejo muy responsable de los diferentes casos que esté alineado con los estándares internacionales.
Hotlines are an incredibly important part of a much wider response ecosystem to the challenge of online sexual exploitation and abuse of children. They are, one might say, a dot among many dots, and the challenge we have and the opportunity we have as a global community is to connect those dots up so that we can have a really effective mechanism to respond to these online challenges.
Es fundamental la cooperación internacional. Primero porque este es un delito que ocurre en todos los países y que no tiene fronteras.
Working with a lot of network, can make the difference.
We take a longer term view to development of a hotline initiative in a country, because the most important thing is that it has a strong local presence, that it has sustainable processes behind it. What I think is a real measure of the success of the INHOPE Foundation in providing a doorway, an entry point to the global network of hotlines, is that several of the internet hotlines that we have supported are actually contributing actively to the international exchange mechanisms.
Cooperar con INHOPE, con otras organizaciones y otras líneas de denuncia nos ha permitido hacer una transmisión de conocimiento, desde lo que ellos han aprendido para nosotros como línea de denuncia, y adicionalmente desde lo que nosotros hemos aprendido y cómo lo podemos replicar para América Latina. Esta suma de esfuerzos ha permitido que cada una de las acciones que emprendemos tenga un impacto que va más allá de las fronteras colombianas.
I want to become a part of INHOPE members because I think it would make good reputation, and it would make our Thai hotlines as a hotline that meet the standard of INHOPE, so it will be more acceptance for especially stakeholders in Thailand and also in the other countries as well.
It's fundamental to remember that behind every image and every video that hotlines are analysing and referring to the relevant authorities is a real child. And we can talk about all the other things and all the other mechanisms and all the other reasons why we do what we do, but ultimately we're in this because we want to protect children.